Well, Merry Christmas in July.
We're coming to our end. Are you sad?
Yes. I mean, not that we've had to record this many so fast because, like, it's a lot of work, but it's been fun.
It has
It's
been
been
fun.
fun. So we're definitely saving the best for last. So listen, we just decided we would rattle off our 12 what we're calling marketing secrets. These are like our mantras, a lot of things that we find ourselves saying over and over and over again. But we thought we would just kind of pull back the curtain, talk through these 12 things, and we're going to rattle them off. But we hope that it gives you inspiration, makes you think a little differently about different parts of your marketing strategy. So I think we should just jump in and get into it.
Let's do it. All right. Number one, your brand is a feeling, not just a logo. Okay. Your brand should evoke, like, do these people look trustworthy? Do they look legit? Do they
Modern.
look like they have their stuff together? Do they look very modern and innovative? Do they look like they are operating off of a paper hand checklist? Okay. The way that your logo looks is projecting those feelings. The way that your truck looks, the way that your technicians dress, it is evoking those feelings, and they are making those assumptions about you before you ever actually do the service. And so
It's undervalued. So,
100%.
listen, we will be ready to rebrand a client. They're like, well, really, I just want you to do my logo, not my truck wraps, not my, email headers, not my social. And I'm like, what are you going to do then? What are you going to, you're going to be, you know, what's going to happen? And I'm just, I'm going to be petty today, but you're going to look up and we're going to see the new logo in bits and pieces of places and the old logo in bits and pieces of places. And then you're going to be like, no, it's not working. It's not working. It's not working because it's designed for consistency and iteration. And you have reiteration and you have piecemealed it together.
Or they come to us and like, don't change my logo, but build out everything else. And I want it fantastic. I'm like, that's like going to a hairstylist and be like, I've got a pixie haircut, but I want you to do all these fantastic
but
things.
What other style can I have? Like none.
Like, you got nothing to work with here. But so let us know. Let's do a quick little poll. So who here loves your logo? Like, it is amazing. It is evoking all the right feelings that I want. It portrays my company so correctly. You love it, or maybe it's just like, like, it's okay.
It'll do.
It gets the job done, I guess. Or like, I know I need to change my logo. Yes. Like, let us know where you're at there here in this little poll. Because it's all across the board. And there's nothing wrong with it, but we can help. And it just can opening your eyes to where improvements could be made.
Since I've already started this off like bad Santa.
Bad Santa.
Let me say this. Some of y'all really need to gut check yourself. So not wanting to change your logo does not mean that you like it. So I think some of you are just dealing with or tolerating a logo that someone built for you 10 years ago in a Word document.
It just appeared.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and you're like, I don't want to go through the rigmarole. I think that's a regular word across the United States. It might just be East Texas, but some of you are just more afraid of the process of changing, and because you need to change, but you're like, this will do. Or you've told yourself this lie. Well, I made it this far and everybody knows me. They do, but not from your logo. A lot of you are just really good people. You've done good work and you had to work extra hard. Think about how much further you would be if your logo and brand as a whole evoked emotions and your trucks were wrapped and it was interesting and it stood out.
Well, and like, maybe everyone does kind of know or recognize the logo that you have, but like, again, when you improve it, how much more spark and buzz, like, oh man, y'all looking good.
Yeah, I love what y'all did.
Yes, I see y'all everywhere. And like your own team, that is the thing that I think people most forsake of, like the reinvigoration and the excitement and the pride that they can now have when like they have something awesome to wear.
Yep.
Like, it's so forsaken. And so we could do a whole other series on just that piece alone.
Tune in later.
But, yes.
All right. So secret number 2, we hope you guys answered that poll in number 1. But secret number 2 is consistency always beats perfection. So this really is self-explanatory a little bit, but let me tell you this. A lot of you are like seagull style people. Like you come in, you do something, you poop all over it and you drive off, like fly off. And so the reason that you're doing that is because there's no plan. There's no purpose. There's no expectation. You're like, well, somebody in the Facebook group said that I should go on Apple Maps and claim every location. And I did that and it didn't work. Or they said I should do direct mail. I dropped a postcard. It didn't work. Odds are nothing is going to work off of one drop, probably even 2 drops of whatever it is. 2 runs of social ads, anything like that. It really requires a consistent approach, meaning you're going to set it and you're going to let it roll and you're going to let it marinate and get better and better and better. But when you are constantly changing vendors, changing ad spend, changing creative, nothing gets time to set and marinate. So you ever go, like, we always bring this vendor to Lemon Seeds show. He's a little friend from my local town, and he makes the best Mexican barbecue, and it's so good. So one day I was like, why is this so good? He's like, well, it has to marinate for like a day and a half. And I'm like, we don't have patience to wait 30 minutes for an ad. I mean, some of y'all are like, well, this ad launched yesterday and not one call has come through. So, but you can't be so jumpy. You can't be scared. You just need to trust the process on most things. There is no silver bullet. Consistency is the silver bullet. Let things work.
And on the complete opposite flip of that, some people are so scared to do anything because it's not perfect.
Oh,
like,
yes.
Really perfectionism is really just procrastination in disguise. So we got half of y'all that are like, can't let anything settle, can't let it marinate. You're already changing it. And then some of y'all are too scared to even try.
You're still looking at the ad creative.
Right. Because you're like,
I don't love the blue. I know.
We both said that because like we're dealing with it right now. Okay.
Well, I mean, the clients will be like, I know I need to do this, but like
just a little bit more.
If the dot of the I, I just want to be like, that don't matter. Because in the grand scheme of things, you've kind of lost your vision. So if you're sitting on a project right now, listen, this can be anything. Deciding on a new uniform, deciding who's going to clean your office, deciding what the coffee machine does. If you're sitting on a decision, odds are it's because you want this perfection to come to mind. And it ain't going to happen. Make a call. Be a decisive leader, be an informed leader, but don't get so down in the weeds you can't get moving.
Yes, for sure. Right. So number 3, your best leads come from your existing customers. And you could be like, what does that mean? I already serviced that. They came as a lead. I got them. You're done. No, the marketing journey does not stop once you actually do the service. Okay. Hopefully, if you've done a great job, you've provided a good service, you provided a good product, you fix the customer's problem, they then become your marketing tactics. They become little advocates for you. They are little voice boxes where if you've done a good job, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I called Crystal's Heating and Air. They came out on time. They were super responsive. Everyone on the whole team was so kind to me. I could not shout their praises more. Okay. They are your best. And then they are so much more trusted to who they are going and talking about, to where those people they were talking to, those are your best leads. Cause they're like, oh, well, Emily used them. She said they were great. They must be great. I'm not even gonna go search around and dig around on Google and see who I can find. I'm just going to call them directly. Okay. So when you are intentional to stay top of mind to your existing customer database and you've done a good job with them, they will become your little advocates and raving fans, if you will, and who they are talking to, the social media groups that they are involved in and who they are shouting out. Those leads that they're talking to are your gold winners. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and people have already trusted you. Listen, we're all busy. So people are busy. You're busy. We're busy. Everybody's busy. I do not want to go find a new plumbing company, heating and air. I don't want to.
Yes.
And I'll be honest, I don't want to go to AI either. But so that's my last resort, is to be on Chat GPT like a common folk over here searching for who's the best plumber near me. I want to know somebody, and I want to be able to contact them quickly and them come out and them know me and me not have to explain my crazy dog. Okay. Those are the things that I want. And so if you know your consumer wants that, and if you're with Lemon Seed, you have your ideal avatar already defined, go look at their frustrations. And when you look at their frustrations, you'll see what we're talking about here. And so once you've paid for them, whether it's through sweat, blood, or money, okay, once you've paid for those people to be in your inbox, cultivating them and working that database keeps you top of mind, but they are a lot less likely to price shop you, to be competitive, like push you to be super competitive. You're able to actually take care of this client with a little bit more ease. And it's a lot simpler, and they just tend to trust you more already.
Sure, yeah. So to sum up, secret number 3 is don't sleep on your existing customer database. Still continue to cultivate and nurture that relationship.
Yeah. Number 4, most contractors quit marketing right before it starts working.
Oh, kind of back to that number 2, that consistency. They're just jumping all around.
Here we are, friends. Ho, ho, ho in the middle of summer. And guess what? People are like, oh my gosh, turn it off.
Turn it off. Wasting all this money.
Yeah. I don't need
a single dollar from it.
I don't need a call. I'm booked up. And I'm like, sir, okay, so here's going to be the dilemma. we're going to go into GLSA. We're going to turn this off. We're going to turn PPC off. The key word here is off. Down is one thing. Dialing it down is one thing. Turning it off. Or I'm going to stop all direct mail. The problem, guys, is it's like a tidal wave, right? You can see it out in the distance that it's coming, this shortness of leads, but y'all are like, I think I'm going to risk it. Okay. So you turn off everything because you're feel like you're, living the high life. But then what happens is 6 weeks later, you're like, why did we hit a lull? Well, because we stopped a train. We didn't slow the train down. We stopped the train. We had to hit the brakes when we could have just slowed the train down just a little bit. And then it's a lot easier to pick back up. Fair?
Correct.
But right now, some of y'all are like, okay, I can't control these leads. Instead of focusing internally, like, you know what my mantra is for a CSR? Number one, book the call. Book the call, and then we'll figure it out. Okay. So same concept here. Keep the pistons firing, because September, October, November, depending on where you live and depending on weather, you're going to be crybabying again, right? So think through that a little bit more. And so number one, I don't ever like quitting anything unless you're like truly, I've ran these billboards for 3 years. I'm going to make a change. Then quit that. But quitting GLSA or a PPC campaign or something without true data, long-term data, I just think is risky. And I think it's almost silly to do it that way instead of doing a reapproach.
Or at least, yes, replacing it with something else where you can still be out and forward in front of your market. But okay, number 5, people buy from people. They like to do business with people they know. So guess what we're going to tell you? Show your face. Show your team members. Show, hey, this is real people working here, okay? These are people that live here in this community. We are shopping at the same places you're shopping at. We're going to the same ball field that you're going to, okay? We live here. We work here. Show us, okay? Show that personality of your company, of your team. It resonates with people so much more. You've heard me say it before, but like, you've got to win their hearts before you can win their pocketbooks,
yes.
Okay? And so people relate with people, okay? Not offers, not coupons. That's not what they relate to. They relate to people. So do not sleep on showing off you and your team.
Well, and there's some of y'all have like this fear of putting yourself out there, and I get it. Then somebody has to be the face of your company,
right?
And honestly, it can be a dog or something, but at the end of the day, people want to hear from you. You have a great story. Who cares if you're a little overweight or you're balding or you got one eye, whatever's going on that's haunting you? People want, so do other people.
Yeah.
Right. There's others of us that are like, well, I'm short, I'm chunky, I'm too dark, too light, whatever that we're thinking about. And it's really a hindrance to growth when you're not willing to just be yourself. If you've got a thick country accent, sound like cornbread, join the crowd. Okay. If you are, maybe your English isn't perfect or you need to talk, whatever these things are, they're really just tricking your mind into thinking, you're not good enough to do this. And that's really not true. You are capable. And is it going to be clunky at first? Yes, but it makes it more endearing. Listen, study after study after study has shown that overly styled content performs beneath organic raw content. So you don't have to have a fancy camera. Is it nice? Yes, but you don't have to. And so showing your face and showing your team, showing your vehicle, show your building, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be authentic.
Yes. All right. What is our number 6?
Number
secret?
6, your Google business profile is probably your most underutilized asset. So shout out, literally Search Engine Land. The name
Search
of
Engine Land.
Thank you. Launched their newsletter is my crack addiction in the morning. That and, laying in the bed on TikTok. So, but I read that every single morning, and they talked about GLSA moving over to the Google platform. I made a LinkedIn post about it today because, listen, y'all, it's rowdy out here. Okay. And no longer I don't know if y'all love this or hate this. I just think it's going to get harder and harder and harder to buy your way into top performance. It is now becoming a more robust approach. As AI becomes more intuitive and more able to infer things, the more it's going to be like a real person and look around and pull in all of these pieces to start referring you. So that's a little different, but Google Business Profile is going to be such a big piece of that. So here's your pro tip for this. If you are not posting to it regularly, things that you're already posting, if you're not answering FAQs, if you're not, just update it. So we're going to throw a poll up on the screen right now because we want to know right now, Google Business Profile, are you killing it? Like, I'm all up in it, right? I'm answering questions. I'm posting pictures. I am in it. I know how to log in. Most of y'all makes you out of the game, but tell me, number one, are you already posting, killing it? Number two, like kinda, or someone sort of does it for you, but it really doesn't have a strategy or consistency. And number three is like, what's Google Business Profile? Right? Like, what is that and how do I do it? Because it is definitely where people find you the most, especially the more you build your brand and people search for you directly, that's where they're directed. But also just it's like real estate, right? We want our house to look nice. We want some curb appeal, right? Because on the inside, we might be having some internal problems that we don't want y'all to see, okay? But we need some curb appeal. That's GBP. We need Google Business Profile looking good, talking good, responding well. We need it. So don't sleep on it. So answer that poll for us.
Well, and like it's so undervalued. And like, guess what, guys? It's free.
It is free. Jesus, help me.
Imagine that, and so I don't know if that's one reason why people sleep on, too good to be true, or it must not be that great. But no, do not be sleeping on that. It is one of your most underused assets. So secret number 7, email marketing still outperforms social media for ROI. Okay. What do I mean by that? Social media is still super important. Okay. We're not saying kick social media to the curb because email's so much better. No, they serve different purposes. Social media is very top of the funnel. How can we just be social? Okay. How can we be showing the personality, showing the people of our brand? But email, when you're looking ROI, return on investment, dollar for dollar, email, we can a lot more attribute revenue, clicks, throughs. People can actually see their coupon offer. They called, they clicked on this email, they called, we booked a job, we generate X number of dollars. It's a lot more attributable revenue. So email is not something that you should be sleeping on, but also don't just like, social media drives a purpose and it serves a purpose for building that top of the funnel type thing. But you can see a lot more directional ROI through an email when you are using things like tracking phone numbers, dedicated landing pages, clickable links that you can monitor, things like that. You can attribute that. So when you like seeing the ROI, you like seeing the numbers and the data behind it, email is a great place of how you can do it. And again, super, super minimal, low cost.
And so easy to make consistent.
Well, and then especially when you are maximizing your CRM, like using a marketing pro, and you've got great systems set up inside of your Service Titan to where like, hey, these people have used this for plumbing, but they've never used this for HVAC. Let's send them an email with an offer like, hey, did you know we offer HVAC? Here's a try us out, $50 off, whatever that might be. You can get those audiences super defined, you can send super unique, super relevant emails to them. Okay. The relevancy is, I think, very key to where you can really target these people. Hey, you had a refrigerant leak a year ago. Guess what? You might also need some today. Or, hey, we can identify this issue. So that's where email marketing can be super performative for you, and you can really see some benefits and directional ROI from it with super minimal cost.
Well, and social media is like billboards.
Yes.
Hardly anyone. Well, listen, at Spot On Pest Control, people will call and say, well, I've been seeing your Facebook stuff. So kudos to that. But remember, social media is really designed to build the brand awareness. You really shouldn't be doing, to Emily said, you need to be social. So just don't turn that off. Just ROI, if you're looking for measurable stuff, I'm with Emily. It's definitely all about email marketing. So, all right. Number 8, the business that documents their culture attracts better employees.
Yes.
I just want to say that if you are hard to work for, and you're a pain in the butt, and you really don't care about your people. And when I say that, I'm legit. I mean, you make them drive crappy vehicles. You don't ever, like, you can't throw the people a case of water. You don't let them, you're complaining about everything, or you're argumentative. Or the other side, you won't make a decision. You lack clarity. You get mad, but you won't coach. You won't train. You don't invest in those things. People don't want to bring other people into that chaos. So even if they do work for you and work with you, it's out of necessity, odds are, not out of loyalty to the company. So my biggest encouragement here is just a friendly reminder. You are in slap dab, my HVAC people, you are in the middle of summer. In East Texas yesterday, it was 116 degrees is what it felt like. And that's on the outside. That's not an attic. That's not in and out of a hot van. And so I just want to remind you, a lot of your team is getting you where you want to be. And so I think you need to reprioritize a lot of times. We just need the kick in the pants to reprioritize are we taking care of our people first and our customers second? Because if we take care of our people first, the customers will see the benefit of a healthy team. But if we're driving our people too hard, I'm not saying don't drive them, but if we drive them too hard with lack of compassion and lack of empathy and lack of just little perks. I mean, we can bring an ice cream truck, we can bring snow cone stuff. Don't overthink this, but at the same time, just be a healthy place to work, and then document that culture of, can you take a pic when you cook breakfast for your team, whether your team is 2 people or 200 people. If you go to Chick-fil-A, if you slave over a griddle out there cooking over it, okay, whatever you're doing, show it. Show your team with a box of donuts. Show everybody smiling together. Publicly acknowledge your team. Give public shout out. I just want to give a shout out to Emily, who got our first 5-star review today. Great job, Emily. I'm so proud of the team. Thank you for choosing to work with us. I want to remind you, your people choose to work for you. You need them to work for you. You need them to perform. And to do that, we need to be a healthy place to work. We don't have to be a pushover, but we need to care about culture. So this is your summer reminder that you need to do some catch up right now, especially if you're HVAC working really hard. But plumbers, pest control, same thing. Do something nice, do something creative, even if it feels like if they expect it or they don't appreciate it. That's not the point. You want to be able to have a healthy plan of action.
Well, and then birds of a feather flock together. Okay. So when your team members, when they feel appreciated and stuff, they can show that value and they will attract other people for you.
Hey, come work with me.
And then same thing, when you're talking about that, like on social media or highlighting that in your emails, it will attract other attention. And sometimes that's where I've heard people say, like, they get so hung up of like, oh, well, private equity's in my space and they can pay people so much more. But like, we had a client telling me yesterday, they're like, we have attracted so much talent just by us showing off our talent and showing off our culture. We have attracted talent from those private equity because they're looking for that over just the dollar signs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They want to be a part of something where people feel appreciated, where they matter, where they're making a difference to their customers. Dollar signs aren't everything. It's something, but it's not everything. And so don't be afraid to create a culture and then show off that culture.
That's it. So, Number
9, speed to lead wins more jobs than any ad campaign alone. So great. You're running ads. You're getting attention. People are reaching out to you. But guess what isn't going to convert a single dollar? They reach out, they submit the form, they call in, and you don't do anything with it.
3 days later, you're like, oh, look here.
Look, we got something.
Somebody's air was down.
It was working, I guess.
Somebody had water all over their kitchen.
No. Okay. I'm sorry. When people are calling a home service company, it is probably usually because there is some type of emergency. They do not have time for you to wait around a couple hours till so-and-so gets back from going to lunch and picking up the kids. And then they got so many emails when they got back. And then they're going to respond via email to that form fill. No, they've already moved on. They could already call 4 more people and already had someone out at the house by the time you get back to them. So speed to lead is super critical, super important. How fast? And it should be pretty instantaneous. And there's tons of automations. There's tons of softwares and tools and resources to be able for you to engage and interact with that lead immediately.
Yeah. Yes. Be open-minded here. Be open-minded. There's too many cool tools out there right now. You can even get surface level tools for speed to lead. There are some cool, honestly, inexpensive in the grand scheme of things that you should deploy here. Marketing Pro has some speed to lead. Chirp has some speed to lead stuff. Broccoli, Avoca, OnePath. Like we could keep going, but all of these companies have unique ways of speed to lead for sure.
So don't be sleeping on that.
Absolutely. Number 10. Rolling deep. We're almost done. Number 10, a strong referral program is the cheapest marketing you'll ever do. Goes back to that cultivating that existing database. Limitsy just partnered with ReferaPro because here's the hardest part about having a referral program, and I know this. It's actually how to do it inside the business. So you're thankful that Miss Johnson recommended Miss Smith, and you're happy to send them something or do something, but it gets lost, right? It gets lost in the scheduling and the people and the handoff. So, I would encourage you here. What you need for a referral program is really a tool, a tech stack tool that helps that be automated, and it helps it roll without a human interaction. Now that feels weird, but honestly, you can always add into the process a phone call. Miss Johnson, thank you so much for recommending Miss Smith. We've sent you something. But instead right now, I think you're like, we can do it. And we're going to send them a gift card. No, you're not. Well, and especially right now, because there's things happening everywhere, but also you've got to work it into your marketing strategy where it's in part of the follow-up. So in part of the follow-up call that says, thank you for your business, Emily, Is there anybody else that really could benefit from our services? And instead of just asking for the business so directly, I also think you can say, hey, Emily, if anybody in your friends and family group starts running into these problems, please refer us. We'd be happy to get out there and take care of them. Right? So there's just ways to really do that. So don't sleep on a referral program. I don't think you need to be like, that's going to bring me in tons of money. It will in the long run.
Right.
But it's going to be one of those things that is just slowly trickling in the background that you need doing, and why not use a tool?
Well, and when you use the tool, you guarantee that consistency versus if you're trying to manually do it yourself, it's hit or miss. Like, yeah, I got it this time. I got this cent, but like I missed those two.
And well, for 2 weeks. And people are like, who is this?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Number 11, trucks are billboards. Treat them that way. Y'all, I could pull all my hair out right here. Okay. I hear this. It's becoming a lot more frequent right now where people think they're telling me like, everyone else is so overproduced. There's so many colors and their wraps are so loud. So like, I'm actually going to be disruptive because I'm just going to have a plain white truck and I'm just going to put my logo as just a decal on there. Like that's actually disruptive. And I guess when you're looking at the overall scheme of maybe every single wrapped vehicle, maybe, but what I'm saying is like of all the cars out on the road in your area, I'm going to say that probably less than 1% of every single car out there is a home service vehicle. Okay, so now you're choosing to have a white truck and blend in with the 99 other percent of regular people driving their regular plain old white trucks. Okay,
well, you'll be disruptive, but because you look cheap,
right?
And like, look at that janky kidnapper van.
Yeah, like they don't go the extra mile at all. Like they look like they cheap out and skimp out.
There's an intentional way to have a subtle brand. You don't have to have a loud brand. But you
can still look polished and intentional.
Yes.
When you're going with a plain white van, like one, you're missing out on all the advertising capabilities of like literally it's a billboard, like literally the real estate square footage that you have. And it is one of your cheapest marketing tools. Come at me with that, okay? Like people say, like,
come at me, bro.
I'm not rewrapping all my trucks. Like that is just so expensive. And like I get it, it is expensive. But when you think about the impact that it makes, and when you factor in how long that wrap will last you, I promise you, it is less than $200 a month. Most of you, I think it's probably closer to $100 a month. What are you doing for
only for an extended, a short amount of time?
Correct. What are you doing for $100 a month that has as much impact? When people say, I see you guys everywhere, I see you driving around. When you are going and doing a job and sitting in a customer's in front of their house, and you are in that neighborhood of everyone else that has a similar aged home, that is your target demographic. Why not show as much of your brand and who you are? I could get
y'all will go spend a bunch of money on yard signs and then have a basic wrapped, partially wrapped pickup truck that barely has your logo on it, but you're like, we invested in these yard signs. I'm like, the truck is literally parked by the yard sign. Like what it is it's a misconception. Yes. And it's something that you've told yourself, and really I'm just going to tell you it ain't true. It's not true, and it's hindering you from being successful. We have a client that rebranded, not with us, rebranded with someone else. They came to us to help them like put it in motion, but their company, their web company launched the brand, and they were telling us, and we were like, you cannot have vehicles driving around with the old wrap on it. They changed their name. So they're going to call company A Crystal's Heating and Air Conditioning, but Emily's Heating and Air is going to show up. But then when they go to leave us a review, it's going to be back to Crystal's Heating. And they're like, who are y'all?
Correct.
And no matter what you say, it de-legitimizes.
Sure. It just feels sloppy.
Yes. And it's certainly not building anything. So now you've gone out and gotten this really beautiful brand, because even though we didn't do it, the brand is good. The brand is great. But then there was just no strategy for in place. And then now they've got halfway wrapped trucks. And they're like, well, do trucks really matter? And we're like, yes. Like, I will kick through
we will drive a truck over you.
Yes, like get it together. Because listen, it is, you ask anybody when we do their rebrand and they launch, and they're going to come back. They're going to come back and they're going to say one of two things. I wish I would have done it sooner, and I wish I could have wrapped more vehicles.
Yep.
And if you have 100 vehicles, listen, we can help you have a schedule. We don't have to lose our whole mind and pension to go get our vehicles wrapped. We just need a plan of action. So again, so much of this is around a plan. All right, number 12, last one.
Last but not least.
And last of this series.
I know.
It's been fun. Christmas is my absolute favorite time. Oh, I'm not singing for y'all. Away in a Manger. Hard Candy Christmas is my favorite. Tell us what y'all's favorite Christmas song. Excuse me?
Hard Candy Christmas. Is that an old song?
It's by Dolly Parton. Y'all see what happens when you let people get on your podcast and webinars? Okay. So the best marketing strategy, honestly, this is always what we say, and it is the silver bullet. Okay. It is. The best marketing strategy is just one that you'll stick to. So it is a game of risk. We're going to get in there. Listen, if it was an exact science, friends,
Everyone would do it.
everyone would do it. And everybody'd have a little spreadsheet and just follow steps 1 through 10. Guess what's happened to private equity right now? They're like, it's not really a formula. It isn't. It isn't. Don't get me wrong, like the numbers can be a formula, but like the strategy, it's all different. Your market, your brand, all those things is different. So my encouragement is get a budget set that's aggressive, 7 to 10% of what you want, your revenue goal for the next year. Spend that aggressively. Go hard. Require your team to give you pictures. Wrap your vehicles. Get in your community and stick to it. And you're going to be like the top part of our clientele over here who are like, I'm so glad we did this. Said on a podcast with one of our clients, it's probably our second oldest client, Pat from Perfect Climate, or our oldest client.
Pat is our oldest client.
Yeah. Shout out Perfect Climate. And he said on a webinar, I didn't even pay him to say this, but he did say, he said, I don't know where I would have been without Lemon Seed's direction. And I'm like, you know what? I feel that in my bones because that's what we're here for. We're not here to tell you what to do with your business, but we are here to tell you that sticking with this plan, like, and listen, Pat would call me and be like, cut it off. And I'm like, okay, no, because we just need a minute, let it kick in. And it's always this little friendly banter and push and pull. And so my encouragement to you here is our last thing that you walk away with from this entire 12 days of Christmas is all advertising works when it's put into a good strategy. Okay. So all of it will work when you can get it tuned right and the ad copy right and the budget right and other things right. All of it will work. We've just got to put it together.
Well, and that is our seed promise. So our seed promise is that we will safeguard your energy, your expenses, and your direction.
Yes.
So we will create the strategy, and with our seed promise, it will help guard your energy, your expenses, and your direction.
Absolutely. So guys, it has been so much fun spending these 12 days of Christmas. You've seen Emily, you've seen me and Emily all month long. So we're going to give you a little break, but going into next month, we are going back to school, guys. So we're going to do all things about learning about marketing, because the more educated you guys are, the more you guys are able to talk with us and give us good feedback from what's going on actually inside of your business. So if you would love to meet with Lemon Seed, listen, if you've been struggling with your marketing, I encourage you meet with Lupita and let her tell you. If you're a vendor watching this and you're like, I would love to work with Lemon Seed on a partnership, we can connect you with John, our strategic partnership guy. But John and Lupita are both excited to meet with you guys about what Lemon Seed life with Lemon Seed would look like, what the cost is. I promise you, you're going to be surprised. I'll tell you, I have no problem. Our packages started about $3,000 a month for basically a fractional marketing department, including graphic design time and structure and all kinds of goodies. Okay. And a free ticket to our conference, which is coming up in March of 2027.
Y'all are not going to want to miss this one.
So lots of cool stuff. So right now there should be a poll popping up that says, hey, I'm good. I just love hanging out with y'all. Great. You're welcome anywhere we are. We love to put out free content. Go listen to our podcast from the Yellow Chair. Number 2, I would say could be, I'm interested, not really ready to make a decision, but I'm interested in at least talking with Lupita. Let me get some information. Number 3 is help me, Lord, throw me a lifesaver. I'm ready. Lupita, call me. Let's get connected. And then I would say number 4 is I really don't know what I need. I don't know. Do I need a rebrand? Do I need a structure? Just let us know. One of those things is going to appeal to you the best, and Lupita and John will reach out to you if you're asking for their support. If not, we love having you on our newsletters, our Trending Tribune, our social media channels. We put out a lot of content, so check us out.
Thanks.
See you later.
Bye.